Okay, let me just hammer out the list a little bit. Oh, we're also going to play Sword. We're going to play 2 Sword of Fortune Frontier and 1 Sword of Fire and Ice. Which I do already have those. I might play 4th Nahiri over 2nd Giver of Runes. It's probably too many 3-drops though. I kind of, you know, load at 3. All Pyro over Fury. Yeah, it might be better to play more Furies for mana curve considerations. We could do something like this. Kind of cool that Nahiri pitches to both. I think I just want to jam 4 Nahiris to like test the card. It's kind of nice that you can loot extra copies away, pitch out extra copies of Solitude. It's likely that you don't play 4, but let's just jam 4. Just double checking the sideboard. There's been like so much creativity lately that I'm gonna go ahead and jam a couple of Orvars in the board. I guess I want to play 1 less Rest in Peace too. I'm gonna play 1 less Rest in Peace because of turning off the Nahiri interaction. All right, hopefully this imports now. Okay, wonderful. So let me get the rest of the deck rented, and then we can change the title and play some Magic. Hallowed Moonlight. So I would used to play a lot of Hallowed Moonlights in the list. The Moonlights aren't bad, and they are like pretty versatile. One thing is like Living End is on the decline. You still have Ranger-Captain and Rest in Peace and Blood Moon for Living End, although you're down to Rest in Peace, sure. But it's just not easy to hold 2 mana up for Hallowed Moonlight. Is something I've kind of come to understand. I think the new sword is good. So I think it's interesting. When I first evaluated it, I didn't think it was very good, but I didn't realize you could play extra lands off the sword trigger. I think that there's a chance that it's like better than Sword of Fire and Ice, and that this is a good split. Again, and this is like the only deck that you're like happy to draw a sword because it equips the Fervent Champion for 0 mana, and you of course have access to lots of Fervent Champions. Good or bad, it simply is. I mean, I'm just memeing because like people are so incredibly hyped for that card, and I think it's going to be like kind of mid, but I could be wrong, and I just like, you know, you can't really know until you play with it. But I was just kind of teasing last night, and you know, like you do when you tease, people tend to read too much into it. We have a sword in our hand. Probably a good matchup for Nahiri, likely Grixis Shadow. I really like Ranger-Captain in an Underworld Breach metagame. I've been wanting to play more of this card. Do I need any cards? I need Tyvars. I need Tyvar. No moons in the main deck of this build, so we can get a Sacred Foundry tapped. Do you have an updated version of Braid's Fire Turns? I'm looking for a fun deck that could FNM. I don't have a version that's different from what I submitted, but it's also like not really a deck I recommend very much, to be honest. Yeah, no worries, Doom. You've done enough. Need to draw a 3rd land. Although a Stoneforge Mystic is fine. Guess we're grabbing a Kaldra. Don't think we're supposed to Solitude Ephemerate to deal 3 damage to Rin 6 here. Kirk has 4. Awesome. Yeah, if you want to trade me the Tyvars, then we can do like a league with Tyvar today and a league with a league with Nahiri. Maybe 3 more leagues today, but we've already been live for almost 4 hours. You know, my brain does need to get turned off at some point. Okay, so I guess with this draw, we're going to want to put in the sword, and then next turn we can go Fervent Champ with Ephemerate up to protect Fervent Champ. What Timer decks do I prep? I didn't end up getting the Devoted Druid or Pure Elves. So I have a Devoted Druid Elves hybrid deck, which I kind of suspect will be the best shell for it, but I wanted to get the other two prep for today, but I just ended up, you know, spending time with Esther instead. Would I recommend Ambletron -1 grinding station for budget reasons? I mean, for budget reasons, it's always like so subjective. Like, if you're, you know, like $20 under budget, or I don't know how much grinding stations are currently going for, but like if that's your budget requirements, then sure. Grinding station is a card that like is really important to the deck though, and if you could find another place to, if you could just find another place to make those cuts, that maybe would be better, but it's hard for me to like advise that for you, right? Because I don't know what your personal needs are. Because we found a land and we found an Ephemerate, which we can use. This is until end of turn, so we're going to go Sokenzan, Solitude, pitch Solitude, and then Ephemerate the Solitude here. Alright, not too bad. It's like a Sword of Fire and Ice and draws 2 cards. Being able to get through a Tarmogoyf blocker is, you know, also relevant here. They're 35 now, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, if you're like 35 under budget, you know, you can cut it, play another Spellskite, and then you know trade some cards for it at some point. No name 13 months, and out the gifted sub to Dit. Dit meme is popping off. By playing Elvish Harbinger and Druid Elves. Is that the one that like puts an elf on top of your library? Dude, pro green, let's go! Little worried about Ren ultimating. I think it's probably okay. What if Ephemerate not getting flashback? Because we didn't cast it from our hand. A little bit of a nombo, I suppose. So maybe I could Ranger-Captain for a red card, and then I mean, like, if they don't have a good instant or sorcery in their hand right now, yeah, the Rimblem really shouldn't be a problem. So let me just go cast Ragavan with Ephemerate up and the ability to put Batterskull into play with Stoneforge. Is this Ragavan bad? Dude, Ragavan is the worst card that you can possibly have in so many situations. It's not really terrible here, but like lately I've been playing Ragavan decks, and there are so, like, I feel like in the last month especially, Ragavan is just the worst card you can have in so many situations, especially after turn 1. But on turn 1 it's nuts, you know. On turn 1 it's great, but it did feel, I don't know exactly what it is, but in the past it has definitely not felt like it hasn't felt like Ragavan is just so bad to draw, you know what I mean? Like, it's felt like it's been a better top deck, you know. Ooh, VIP or mod for ATX. Which one would you like? Could have Dash Ragavan and have a red card next turn to pitch for Fury. That's true, yeah. We have a red card anyway with Ranger-Captain, though. VIP, please. VIP is the classy choice. Have too many mods. Welcome to the team. Happy VIP. Trim on Ragavan and play Force Sentinel, Forgiver, Forge Champion for budget reasons. I mean, for budget reasons, yes, for sure. Like, the reason I'm not playing, I have no Sentinel, right, because I'm on Ephemerate, yeah. Like, Sentinel is really good, but it's like, it's kind of hard to play it and Ephemerate. You could play Sentinel over Ephemerate here. Pretty easily if you wanted to. Is there any equipment in your deck that can make activate Stoneforge Ephemerate response to fetch, new equipment put in play? Yeah, Kaldra and Batterskull. Those are the good ones, Kaldra and Batterskull. Okay, I'm not going to Ephemerate the Ragavan here. We died on the Ledge of Death. I can take a look here. It was such bullshit. Yeah, the ONS split. It's fine, you know. You can't be too upset taking hits like the one we took. Let me just hold the Ephemerate for now, I think. Yeah, let's just equip. Oh, it's only 2 mana to equip? That's pretty cool. To be a god to get no hit run Dark Souls. We're trying to ascend. Yeah, we've put over 2 months of practice into it. Nearing 3 months now. Alright, they can maybe kill my Solitude here. With Archon and Murktide running around, could Path to Exile be played again in Modern? No. No. Like, it's funny to like phrase it that way, because like it's implying that there aren't other good white answers to Archon and Murktide, but you have, you know, Solitude and Leyline Binding and Chain to the Rocks and On the Ice and Teferi Time Raveler and just anything besides Path to Exile. But this is also another thing too. It's like, you don't want to play Path to Exile. Like, you want to be able to play good cards instead. Okay, so this attack implies that my opponent drew Boseiju or Kolagon's command, right? I'm gonna block. I don't think that they did. If they did, I'm in trouble anyways, right? Especially on Boseiju. Okay, Kerbros. I mean, you could do it now too. It'd be fine. They did draw the Boseiju. Well, that's bad. But like you would rather play good cards than Path. A card that doesn't, like, you ever like Path to Exile or Ragavan? I've had my Ragavan's Path. Thank you, Kerbros. We named a Dark Souls character after you earlier. You ever Path to Exile or Ragavan? So I didn't draw a land, which would have let me go Ranger-Captain Champ equip, but I probably just want to kill the Reflection, stop the Ren from ultimating. Yeah, cards are finally live again. I think the new sword is good enough for a 2-of. We'll see. It was pretty good this match. We've lost our Kaldra already, which is a big problem. Otherwise, it would be a good way to get around this Boseiju. What about Glissa? I don't remember thinking that Glissa was particularly good. Wasn't Burn play Chain to the Rocks? Is that card also shit? Chain to the Rocks is great. We're doing really well with it lately. People don't innovate in Burn, though. People like just will not like try to do anything new in that archetype. Oh yeah, Shadow Spirit, that's right. Shadow Spirit would turn it down anyways. Dude, Soul of Windgrace, let's go. Well, they tapped out of green. Never mind. Never mind. So let me attack Rin 6 with Fury. If my opponent goes like block, regen, we can Solitude. I guess we can also just like... Yeah, we probably have to Solitude. We could pitch the Solitude also, and then that would let us go like Stoneforge Mystic, get another sword, put the sword into play this turn cycle. How my knight died? They Boseiju my Batterskull. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked. I thought that they were messing up, but... Ren 6 Boseiju makes the sword line weird. Yeah. Exactly. For Tyvar and Devoted Druid, I think about keeping the Stoneforge Shell and swapping out Restoration of Eiganjo. I mean, basically, yeah. More or less. Like the Stoneforge package makes a lot of sense with Tyvar, right? Because it's good with Tyvar. Even counting fetches, there's a significant number of burn games where you don't have a mountain. I guess. I think you probably have like plenty of enough mountains to meet the requirements, though. And you can even play like you don't have to play as many, you know. Not Sunbaked Canyon. You do have to play those as many of the Inspiring Vantages. You can play like 1 or 2 less. Oh, I didn't update the stream decker, did I? UT 14 months. Thank you. Swingy game. We're pretty ahead. Gonna be very tough to win this one. Although they don't have Besage You up now. So is it a good turn to hit them with the sword? I guess not because of the construct blocker. They also have the Rin and 6 ultimate, but if they ultimate Rin and 6, they're not Besage Youing every single turn. But I think I'm going to Ranger-Captain Fervent Champ equip onto Batterskull. And then, do I want to attack with Solitude? Probably not. Maybe I need to like be able to Ephemerate. Oh, I don't know how I missed the stupid Pirate Spell Bomb. Alright, I'll concede. We'll go to game 2. Tough game, tough game. So I would usually bring in Rest in Peace. I might still, but it like turning off my Nahiri is kind of awkward in this matchup. I think I don't want the Furies very badly. Maybe Furies a little bit better than Solitude. Solitude hitting, being a white card and hitting, or it's easier to pitch for Solitude, and also hitting Goyf is good. We'll bring in the Forge-Tenders. Bring in the Forge-Tenders just for the Furies. That might be fine. I don't think I want the Feast and Famine. I don't think I want Wear Tear. I don't want Rest in Peace, really. I don't really want Blood Moon. Could play a Blood Moon. Just one on the play. Over Batterskull. Maybe Batterskull's better than Kaldra. Could just play one Forge-Tender. Forge-Tender's maybe not amazing against this build. Kind of like this. Overall, not a matchup I dislike very much. Nahiri, like 4 Nahiri seems, you know, obviously very good against them too, so I'm hoping to draw this card. You don't want Rest in Peace versus the Rin and 6 Goyf Soul of Grace deck? No, because it turns off my Nahiri. I more so want Rest in Peace against all on graveyard decks. Was there any reason to not return Batterskull replay with Mystic for repeatable blocking? I mean, they had the Besage You loop going, so like that line I don't think was good at any point in the, or after they had the Besage You loop going. One has been out for like an hour or so. I know, like I think 3 Nahiri is likely the number I'll settle on, but like especially because like if you have multiple Nahiris, you can just loot extra copies away. They both pitch to Fury and Solitude, or they pitch to both Fury and Solitude. I could see 4 like being the number you settle on, but I think it's much more likely to be 3. But again, I just want to jam 4 and get a feel for it. Shadow Spear beats Kaldra. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay that Shadow Spear beats Kaldra. Especially with the ability to like Nahiri back Stoneforge Mystic and activate Stoneforge Mystic, putting Kaldra in play. I don't think you can cut it. Yeah, I kind of feel like they're gonna save the characters, but maybe they won't. I kind of hope that they won't. Is there a big reason for rep over Sanctifier? Honestly, maybe we should be on. Maybe we just should be on Sanctifier instead because of, you know, the reasons we're talking about. Be a lot better with Nahiri. And Scam can be kind of a hard matchup, although Scam is kind of diminishing in popularity lately. They have a push. Alright, I guess we play this tapped. So next turn we can play a 3 loyalty Nahiri. Oh, you can't Inquisition Nahiri. It's funny. Probably want to tick Nahiri up to 4 here so that I can potentially bring back Ranger-Captain next turn. It's either that or like try to hit them with a Ragavan. I guess hitting them with Ragavan this turn and then hitting them with Ragavan this turn playing Giver is kind of nice. And like maybe we hit something better. Although this also exposes Nahiri to Bolt, so interesting play pattern here. Could also just hard cast Batterskull next turn. I'll cast the Giver. It's not, you know, it's not 2016. They did have the Bolt, so maybe this was wrong line. Dashing Ragavan. I think we just block. They have 4 cards in their hand. Their mana seems to be a little shaky, potentially. Okay, guess we're going to cast the Fervent Champ to blank Inquisitions. So I know we're in a spot where it lands. Let me cast Batterskull. Most spells besides every spell besides Solitude, Kaldra is online. They found Verdant Catacombs though, so hopefully they don't have like a Wrenn and 6 chilling in their hand. Explosives on 1 into Tarmogoyf, okay. So now we get to go 4 mana Nahiri into buyback Ranger-Captain if we want, but doing so means I have to chump block or like just have this die to Goyf. He goes to 6 loyalty. So he actually does... Well, it doesn't survive the Goyf because this becomes a 6-power creature. Tough to not cast it here. Attacks... Wait, hold on. Target creature attacks a player each combat. Wow! I didn't know that's how... I honestly like almost ignored this +1. So I can save the Nahiri by plussing on here. Wow. I didn't realize that's how it worked. I thought it was just attacks each turn. They're not sure that's how it works either. Yeah, we broke it, huh? Combo with the lifelink for Batterskull, right? Ooh. So I don't really want to get back Ranger-Captain and dash a Ragavan into the explosives on 1. Maybe I should just cast the Batterskull. That was actually maybe a mistake. I had some good draws here though. Why is it so hard to get through the cards? I mean, it's always been like this. All right, let's get back to Ranger-Captain and try to kill a Wrenn and 6 with this attack here. If I aborted in my giant killer, we'd be in better shape too. If you don't discard a card, you draw a card. I think you have to I'm not sure how does that work. If you're empty-handed, do you get to draw a card? I think you don't. But let's try to Forge-Tender to more reliably be able to block this Goyf. And if my opponent takes the hit here, I'm not going to play the Forge-Tender into the explosives. I will lose my Nahiri once the artifact goes to the yard. It is like Seasoned Pyromancer. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I think land Batterskull is likely better. I was hoping we'd find like Seasoned Pyro. I don't know. It's probably a bit too narrow, right? They didn't crack the explosives end of turn. Oh, they have a Turok. That's brutal. Turok's so good against me. Alright, Alright, Nahiri down, big drill stab. Another Nahiri. Didn't play this match particularly well. Drawing card when you hellbent is really nice, though. They immediately went to combat. I think then they remembered they have explosives. But I'm going to chump. Turok's one of the best cards in the format against me. So I can get back Batterskull, gain 4 up to 12, bounce Batterskull to my hand, but then I die, so let's try to draw an incarnation here. Sacred Foundry, Sacred Foundry, Sacred Foundry off the top. Token won't have haste. Oh, okay, that's right. Good to know. Playing a little bit different than I expected it to. I honestly like completely discounted this first +1. That one's way better to protect itself than I thought. I didn't realize that the +1 is just card advantage when you're hellbent. I also didn't realize the token didn't have haste. Very weird card. Oh, it makes yeah, right, that's right. It makes a token copy. It doesn't just return it from the graveyard and exile it. The token gets exiled. Okay. This is a weird card. Then it didn't walk off the ledge like it usually does, and I just got put in a really bad spot. Ghost Quarter Aether Vial. Right, everybody be nice. I've been requested to ask y'all to be nice. Pew Pew, the 17 months, thank you. Yeah, Kimba could be better than I think, but I'm definitely not, at the time of this comment, evaluating it super highly. It'd be great to connect with the Ragavan here. Kind of feel like they're gonna vial in a 1-drop though. Okay, seems like they maybe have a 1-drop here, and they're like declining to use it. Not sure that that's the case. I think getting Nahiri down, like Nahiri discard Seasoned Pyromancer seems pretty good. I'm playing less Seasoned Pyromancers in this list than I've had in other drafts, but maybe maybe I just need to play like 4 of this with Nahiri. It's a lot of 3-drops when you're playing Ranger-Captain too. And then if I put a Vials in a Giver, yeah, they're like, I'm not trading. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just Solitude it. Gonna play Nahiri in some Death Shadow list. I don't know that it makes a ton of sense to be there. It could be okay. So I think I'm discarding Plains and Sword of Forge and Frontier. Fire Ice seems likely mostly better. Ooh, Fervent Champ is nice. Don't want to get my Ragavan blocked by a Thalia. Although if I was going to play around Thalia, I should have already cast a sword, though. So maybe attacking with Ragavan was just correct. It makes a ton of sense. Good counterpoint. Maybe. Like the problem with like Nahiri and Death Shadow, those 2 cards play well together. Nahiri has like almost no synergy with like, it's not very good with, it's okay with Ragavan, but it's not that good with Channeler, it's not that good with Ledger Shredder. It's kind of nice that, you know, the other abilities are kind of interesting. Oh, they did have Thalia and they just didn't vial it in. Okay. But it's also a white card in a deck that typically wants to be Grixis, and there are very few other white cards you're interested in playing in the first place. I don't know. Maybe. Isn't the Royal Scions probably better than Nahiri? I don't think I'd evaluate it like that, to be honest, but... let me cook, let me play with the new cards. Wandering Mind Unearth, yeah. There was a different Unearth shot I wanted to try recently. I can't remember what it was. Ooh, Flicker Wisp. Ooh, if they flicker the sword, my champion dies. Good play, good play. They don't have any white mana to activate their Stoneforge Mystic yet. They do grab a Kaldra. Ranger-Captain versus Recruiter is such a hard call. Recruiter giving Stoneforge is a big game. I don't think it's a hard call at all. This is like a 3/3 with a super relevant ability as opposed to a 1/1. And I know, like, getting Stoneforge Mystic is like nice, but I don't to me it's not even close. Alright, well, we'll see what they got. I like attacking like this. Obviously not amazing against like Viling in efficient blocker here. Oh, Royal Scions and Grixis Shadow, sure. I mean, I just don't think you want to play either. You also have Kaito. Always has Lion Sash, huh? So probably 2 trades, which is, if it's 2 trades, it strands the Kaldra in my opponent's hand, which is kind of nice. Alright, too much value. I want to bring in like a couple of Wear Tears. Let's bring in 2. I guess keeping Ephemerate for like the scam turn is pretty important. Probably a good matchup to trim on Ranger-Captain. Or let me trim 1 Nahiri, 1 Ranger-Cap. Like, I don't know, like Imperial Recruiter is just like not a very good modern card, and like Ranger-Captain, like especially in the Underworld Breach metagame, is like actively good. Do you think prison control can be viable modern? Think about bringing an Esper list. When you say Esper prison control, I don't really have any idea what you mean, but like there's a prison Tron deck that's pretty good. Be different if I had Vial. Yeah, sure. But it's just like, again, I've played plenty of Recruiter since it came out, and like I've had like lots of hopes for it to be good, and it is like just time and time again disappointed me. Oh, Esper poison control. I don't think so. I don't know what it is about players that are like really so into like poison your opponent and then proliferate, but it just does not seem like a particularly good plan to me. I could be missing something. At least in modern, Double Vial again. Ooh. Forge-Tender is pretty good. Like I said, I have the Solitude Ephemerate here. Yeah, let's wait on the Solitude Ephemerate because I can pretty likely snag a 3rd creature if I wait. Because I can go Solitude, stack the triggers, target the Giver, then respond with Ephemerate. Yeah, you probably said poison. I just read it as prison. Ghost Quarter themselves. They can activate on cast. If they do, that's fine. If they have 2 creatures, it doesn't matter if they activate on cast. If they play a creature this turn, then they're like pretty likely to play a creature this turn, Brought back. Brought back's a little bit more interesting with Nahiri in the deck, to be honest. Funny enough, I was gonna not target the Thalia here. Hopefully the last cards are not Solitude plus Ephemerate. Sorry, plus white card. Dude, it has been a rough day today. It has been a really rough day today. I like pitching Captain because you have access to more plays if you break on lands. I mean, I don't. I mean, I guess if I draw a white card, I really like keeping Captain over the Solitude, but can agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. So then top decking Ghost Court is pretty good for me. I think we're just grabbing Kaldra. No pro white swords. Yeah, I saw Dingo played this deck with Vindicator. I'm excited to cast Vindicator. I want to try it first in the Heliod shell, which I always felt like was a really underplayed deck compared to this shell specifically. But you know, to some extent, I think the Dingo's mostly like just trying to play the new cards. Could double block. I think I'm just gonna block here. Yeah. The Fervent Champ is not doing a ton with the Forge-Tenders in play, so I think trading for Thalia is probably correct. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird that they just like their cards were legal yesterday and then they're like banned for half a day. It's just all so random. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing this. We all do the same thing. We just like jam a lot of new cards to start evaluating them. Not that deep. Oh, I probably should have attacked with my Ranger Cap, huh? Alright, let's go. Nymeria Vindicate? Like the Nymeria the Cloud Ruin? I think Nymeria fits okay. Like in the Heliod deck it seems really nice, because you're already playing all white sources anyways, and this is a deck that I just kind of think is good anyways. Sorry, not this list. So like I was thinking like I wanted to play like two. I wanted to play like one Recommission and two Vindicators, or I wanted to play 3 Vindicators, no Recommission, or like 2 Vindicators, some other card, so like one more removal spell. I was thinking like maybe 1 Ephemerate in the deck. That's kind of like an interesting thought. Yeah, Lay Down Arms is fine. I ended up liking Lightning Bolt more than Lay Down Arms, but to some extent it's a metagame call, I'm sure. Probably have to keep this. Solitude or Fury would probably be pretty good this game. Into bar anything. I think I've got everything for today, Dingo. Thank you, though. Vindicator is what from the deck? So, you know, Vindicator is really only going to do anything. Dude, they're playing Kemba. Vindicator is really only going to do anything if it's a good card. And I know that that might sound like a dumb thing to say, but like it's only going to be good like if it's good by itself. And so this is a deck. This is the only deck I've played maybe ever that has all like, or like the only deck in Modern that wants to play all white sources, which is of course going to be something that is like mandatory for a deck playing Vindicator to play all white sources, right? Or almost all white sources. I might hit a 2-drop, so I think I'm going to decline hitting them with the Fervent Champion here. And so like if it's just good, it's good. It's a good top end threat that's like very hard to deal with. You can buff it with Idyllic Range, Luminarch Aspirant, but just because this deck really wants to play Idyllic Range, you have all white sources. And in theory, like it's a pretty red heavy metagame. You know what I mean? There's a lot of red decks going around, so Vindicator does seem like particularly good against those kind of strategies, and like not amazing anywhere else. Solitude was a pretty good top deck, huh? Technical turd. Yeah, if you take a look at put a link in the chat, Turb, I can take a look at your deck. I think keeping the treasure is better than like being able to channel Sokenzan. We're talking about Lay Down Arms in a different deck, not this one. Yeah, I kind of feel like they had Eiganjo, but that's okay. Lean and Arbiter, huh? Probably don't want to cast a Lean and Arbiter when they have a Ghost Quarter in play, although it wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, okay, this is an archetype we're probably gonna mess around with. Oh, never mind. I thought you were going to be playing different cards. Surge Mare. Whenever Surge Mare deals damage, draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Okay, there's a lot going on here, huh? Let me just go ahead and equip you. So funny enough, there are like a decent amount of Defender decks running around in the metagame at the moment. Okay, they found a Solitude. Like there's the Sieve has a advanced version that's popular, and then there's like a Court of Calling kind of combo style build that's also kind of popular, and just kind of funny to see to see this list, all the Defender decks coming around. Could like 0 mana Fervent Champion equip next year, maybe. I really like the Ensnaring Bridge tech in the Defender deck. I wonder if Nassif has considered this. He probably has, but I think it makes like it's an interesting piece, and I think that this is a cool place for it. One card that I might like to see you play, dude. They're Ghost Quartering. They're not their own like Field of Ruin to play a double white spell. Oh, so rough. What are they? Flicker Whisper and Stoneforge before they even attack. I'm surprised you're not playing Chief Engineer. Chief Engineer is a 2-mana 1/3 that gives your artifacts Convoke. That's a card that seems like it would likely be really good here. There's also a 1-mana 1/3. There's a 1-mana 1/3. I can't remember the name of the card, but it can activate for a mana to assault formation or like one creature at a time. And I think that card's pretty good also. I'd be interested in seeing you play a copy of that here. Okay, let's let first strike damage happen. Could Ephemerate this now. Could just trade. I think what I like about Ephemerating now is like my opponent wants to play a creature to block my sword next turn. Okay, GG's. 1/1. Play Chief Engineer and the new Chief Engineer and whatever that card's called, the new 1/3, like one copy of that card, and then also the what's the other blue steel enabler? Someone in chat will have it for me. Oh, it only affects Defender cards. Okay, never mind. Dang, that was sounding pretty sick. Damn it, why does it only affect Defender cards? Okay then. Well, we gotta think differently. What are they doing? To be honest though, like your best like enabler for defenders is not wow, they're going in. Your best enablers for assault for these cards is gonna be the dragon, the Bant dragon. It's not gonna be this card. The cards are legal again, yeah. We're playing Nahiri and then Sword of Forge and Frontier in this deck. I think I was supposed to Solitude in response. Maybe I was. Oh, High Alert. Yeah, High Alert seems nice. Better than Assault Formation. It's easier on your colors. Urborg Lurgoyf. I think I have to Solitude, pitch Solitude, and then I can go Ranger-Captain for Fervent Champ, Ranger-Captain plus equip, but you know, pretty slow hand on the draw. Kind of some loose thoughts. Kind of a hard deck to. I really like the idea of playing Chief Engineer and like the blue steel package. I like the Ensnaring Bridge tech. You can consider playing the 2-mana artifact that makes non-creature spells cost 1 more mana. I've always kind of felt like that would be a good addition in this kind of shell. Sideboard looks pretty fine, pretty standard. Only play the Saga tech if you want to play the 1/3, but I guess the 1/3 is not really that good here. 4 Soulless Jailer in the main deck is kind of a lot, but is fine, I think. Is it bad for us they didn't Rotting Rats? Maybe they're saving it for Vengevine. Yeah, there's the suggestions. You know, definitely kind of out there. Let me see if I can get the Tyvar deck ready to go too, because I want to be able to play that today again. Okay, they could have Vengevined again. I may just be lucky for us they didn't do that pre-combat. I'm gonna go to game 2 though. Happy to see Urborg Lurgoyf, huh? Opponent's probably pretty happy that I cut one of my Rest in Peace. That's okay. So the Ephemerate Solitude plan can just like win this matchup by itself sometimes. I think that's about all we have though. The 2 Rest in Peace. Gonna cut 2 Nahiri since they're kind of a nombo. Feast and Famine might be better than the 4th Nahiri. One of the worst Nahiri matchups. So I feel to understand why Nahiri seems good. Well, Nahiri does a lot. I've written and talked a lot about it. There's a lot going on. It's a hard card to evaluate. This top +1 ability protects Nahiri, where the creature you target can't attack it. If your hand is empty, the +1 discard a card, draw a card is card advantage. If it's not, it sets up well for the +0, which can recur creatures with good ETB effects like Stoneforge Mystic, Ranger-Captain, Seasoned Pyromancer, Solitude, Fury. It's flexible to be cast on 3 or 4 mana, and it's a new card, and we're trying. Enemy, tier 1 for 3 months. Thank you. Yeah, getting to do a little Soul Stream was nice to get some refresher. We died on Ledge of Death, but still making some good progress. I think I really can taste it. We just need like a ton of luck. We just need a ton of luck. Oh, I have a Rest in Peace against the Crabvine deck. Welcome to Modern. I think I should be playing more Seasoned Pyromancers. It should be like 3 Spyro, 3 Nahiri. Could be like 3 Ephemerate, 4 Spyro, 3 Nahiri. The numbers are really trying. Next deck for stacks. If you post a link in the chat, I'd be happy to take a look. Yeah, sometimes this deck plays Force of Negation actually, because they have Narcomoebas and they have Amalgams. Not this time though. Alright, after I cast the Rest in Peace, I'll say you too. Oh no! How did you know? Dude, I actually like started Realms Uncharted Tron like the other day. And I didn't like it very much. I'm surprised you're not playing Loam if you're playing Realms Uncharted. But you're not playing Tron either. Dude, this deck is all over the place. What the hell? Okay, Mirren's Safe House with Realms Uncharted. Very cool. Sorry, this is I'm returning the other deck so I can get the Tyvar stuff going. How does Mirror and Safe House work with Tron? I think you can tap for 2 or 3 mana if you have Tron. Oh, in the graveyard, though. I think you would have to have them all in play, also. Kind of a weird interaction, huh? Mana Traders is slow today. Slow today. Okay, so the combo is what? So you have Mirror and Safe House, Lotus Field in the yard, so your Mirror and Safe House taps for 3. And then you have Aboro, so you can bounce your Mirror and Safe House. You need Anvil, Safe House, Aboro, Lotus Field, which gives you infinite mana, and then you use that infinite mana to Nephalia, drown your opponent. So you go Realms Uncharted for Lotus Field, Aboro, Drownyard, and then whatever. That's quite the deck. Sometimes I feel like if you type in the chat, like, does this ever happen to you with Mana Traders where they just don't take the cards sometimes? Yeah, definitely cool. Definitely cool. Definitely cool, probably bad, I guess, is my initial evaluation here. I think that the Steel Seeker, I don't know how good the Steel Seekers are. Where, like, I really dislike just, like, playing Steel Seekers in this deck and all of a sudden your deck is so much more vulnerable to removal than it ever would be otherwise. I think that is that's something I don't usually like to see, where like one big strength to playing a deck like this is that you're not particularly cold to to that kind of interaction. So like how difficult would it be to play the Tron lands in this deck? Maybe kind of difficult. Maybe kind of difficult. So you would do what? You'd be cutting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't need 2 Aboro. Cutting those 10 cards and then playing like, you could play like 25 lands to play the Tron package. Well, the Tron package would be really nice here. So you can like, you know, have your plan B Karn with Tron, which I found to be very good in the other deck. Although maybe it's just awkward with the Lotus Field plan. Could just be awkward with the Lotus Field plan. I think, yeah, let's go ahead and just Solitude the Amalgam. Is Mulch a playable modern card? There's like isn't there like a strictly better Mulch? It's like, yeah, but you want the lands in the graveyard. Yeah, I don't think you want to play Steel Seeker here. Steel Seeker isn't terrible, but I think it's just better off if you don't include it. Yeah, Winding Way. Not that that's what you should play here. Oh yeah, you can also get the Saga package for the Tron lands. Yeah, I think I just want to see you play Tron over like the Saga and all these like colored lands, and then you can just play one Lotus Field. You can just play one Lotus Field in your but the problem is like this is like a 3-card. It's a million card combo is obviously the problem, and like I do think that the Tron package would help. Just, you know, getting to deploy all your cards at once and being able to overpower your opponents and be able to like commit into counter spells a bit better. But especially when you compare this to like the Mirror Retriever Anvil Tron deck, the issue is again that it is just a million cards. Okay, Fervent Champ, Sword of Fortune for 2 Nahiri would be a good core for a Pioneer deck too. Maybe not the Nahiri so much in Pioneer. Could be though. Dude, oh, I'm definitely gonna keep. Rest in Peace is like I know we only have one land, but we also have a Ragavan. If we draw a white card, we can maybe clear blocker, turn 2, rest in peace. So again, kind of like a lot of loose thoughts on what is a very complicated deck, but looks very fun. Looks like a wonderful F&M deck. It's funny because I just also very recently had Realms Uncharted in the draft too. Okay, opponent does not have a play on turn 1, which is great. And I do, which is also great. Can probably get basic mountain here. Here's the Tyvar list I have for next week too. It's kind of combination Elves, Devoted Druid, which I think is a good place to be. Like being able to recur Leaf Crown Visionary seems really nice. In addition to giving all of your Elves haste. And I think it makes sense to go down on Quirion Ranger when you have Tyvar for kind of like a similar effect. Wow, very good Otherworldly Gaze. 4 power, 1 mana. Must be nice. Lands and Chart is the best turn 1 play. I have a lot of 3-mana spells are good on turn 1. Blue Flute with 18 months, thank you. I don't know. I mean, a good F&M deck is not an insult. It's like some decks are good F&M decks. You like go, you have fun, and you cast Realms Uncharted, and you have your Mirror and Safe House combo, and it's your baby. This fun deck, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think the mana base needs to take rid of any black sources. Lotus Field is a black source. No, I don't ever play Embercleave in Modern. Would not recommend it. I have Tyvars. I just need the rest of the deck, which I'm getting right now. Good looking at though. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, this just needs to be a we need that the black sources. Good catch, good catch. Not a big cost. Can't believe I forgot to do that. Still think I like the white splash. I think I like the Magus too, potentially. Well, we'll take a look at it in a second. This turn I'm going to Spyro, and I think we're discarding Sword Ragavan. Do not like drawing 2 lands, but we have a Rest in Peace in play. We can take 3, I guess. Should the Elves deck play 1 Grist? I don't really think so. I don't know. I think Grist is kind of like a feel smart, like... it's a feel smart card, but I think it's suboptimal. Uh-oh. I mean, I think the best play is like Stoneforge Mystic for Batterskull, Chump Block, Hardcast a 5-drop to stabilize next turn. So play 2 Overgrown Tombs. We need more fetch lands. Cut the yeah, my this is 10 black sources. Could play 1 more. Okay, Haywire Might is interesting. Yeah, I think no Batterskull because of Force makes sense. I can't block the Haywire Might because they can sack it. They're probably... I don't know if they're going to kill my Rest in Peace right now. No Guiltleaf Palace? You can play Guiltleaf Palace. The problem is, like, you're also playing white for Vizier, and you're playing, like, red for Magus. So I think it just makes more sense to have a slightly more painful... mana base, but one that like is more consistent for your 3-color deck. Yeah, cards are rentable on mana traders like usually like 2 days after they first come out. Okay, they're stuck on the Thoughtseize, huh? 2 days? I don't know. I mean, it's just hard to get the supply. You know what I mean? I mean, the way the cards get trickled in is just not that good, and there's a lot of people that want the cards immediately. The supply is just pretty limited at first, you know. Ugin Heat Evolution. Well, yeah, I want to see the Unholy Heat. Why not take the white? Malaria does not combo with Devoted Druid. Although a lot of people, it is kind of a common thought that it does. My loyalty level is 29 months. I mean, my loyalty level is like 48 or something, and it takes like 2 days for me usually. Okay, they probably should have Haywire Mighted before I got the block off, so their amalgam wasn't exiled like that, right? Let's go ahead and hold the Solitude, I think. Let's go Ranger-Captain Monkey. Maybe Giver is better. Giver could be better. They use their Haywire Might. Have to block. That's got no cards in their hand. We've got a Solitude. We're doing pretty good. Opponent's deck does sometimes play Creeping Chill, so I will like definitely be excuse me. I'll definitely be playing my Solitude this turn. Even if they hardcast Chill, though, I can exile my own Giver, go to 1. Casting Solitude plays around another Thoughtseize. Being at 3 leaves me open to Chill. I guess so, yeah. This would be better against them drawing a creature, but yeah, that might have been best. Sorry, a lot of lands in a row, but thankfully they drew a brick as well. Is that 3 or 4 lands in a row? Something like that. Yeah, I haven't seen the RCQ promos. I did just hear about them, though. Another creature for the Vengevine? Doesn't look like it. Not going to crack my fetches. My life total, I think, is still a lot more relevant than thinning, despite drawing so many lands in a row. Wow, the heats look really cool. Into it, an Innistrad card with Delirium. I like it. An Eldritch Evolution. Wonder how Demonic Tutors feels about this. Love it. I like weird, weird freaky art like that. Kind of reminds me of The Last of Us a little bit. Well, I'm not gonna say anything more than that though, if y'all haven't been watching. Alright, Ephemerate's gonna be a huge blowout here. Respect the Cat, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well. Anything going into the Karuga deck from the new set? I don't think I mind getting rid of a Haywire Might here with the Ephemerate. Card can be kind of annoying with the swords. Yeah, give her to be working out pretty well. Anonymous, the loan months, thank you. Thanks, you respect the cat. Hope you're doing well. Alright, they got no cards in their hand. Their top decks are much worse than mine. We're doing pretty well. Despite drawing like 4 lanes in a row or something. It's kind of a tough stabilize too. There's a creeping chill. Just not really sure how they're gonna come back from this. Misha, 28 months, thank you. We have a song for 28th month. I missed my second BD. Birthday? Is that what BD is? Dude, Dino does such a good job. Whenever it's someone's birthday, he'll sing for them, and it's so good. He has like a Donkey Kong thing. It's hard to sing on command sometimes, but happy birthday to you. I don't know if this is your birthday, but happy birthday, dear Misha. It's Esther's birthday today too. When Dino will like freestyle a birthday song for like anybody that asks, subbed or unsubbed, freestyles a birthday song for them, and it's always so good. It's always really, really good. And then he always apologizes. He goes, "Oh, sorry. I wish that was better." Yeah. I should say happy birthday to the chatters every day. Maybe not sing every day. Yeah, but we've been celebrating. It's the birth anniversary, Tines Day. We had a big birthday party for Esther yesterday. We had like a nice brunch with my family on Sunday, and then we went out for a nice dinner last night, and then it's her birthday today, and so she's just going around getting all the like the deals you get from companies. She loves to do that. That's her favorite thing to do, is go around and get all like the free stuff from companies. That sounds like hell to me. That sounds like the worst way to spend your birthday, driving around to a bunch of stores getting like shitty free stuff, but she loves it. And we're probably gonna go get some ramen tonight or something. I think I broke through at 13 months. I'll be doing well wherever she wants to go. My LGS is gonna roast me for this. Good games. I meant to say good games. I said good instead of good game. Just a bit of banter. Alright. Points on a mold of 6. Mosh with the gifted sub, thank you. We're up against the Hive of the Eye Tyrant now. Can barely see it. My vision is really I used to not need glasses. There's it's streaming made me need glasses. My whole life I didn't need them. And I saw this clip of me celebrating my Esther's. This is also something we found out. Not only is it Esther's birthday and our romantic anniversary, but it's also my Twitch partner anniversary, like around this time, like yesterday. So Esther sent me this. I didn't need glasses. Look how young I am. This is 3 years ago yesterday. Celebrating making Twitch partner. They're mono black. They look mono black. Might Solitude this. gonna stack the triggers correctly. Yeah, I was definitely a lot skinnier too. Although I've been actually pretty healthy lately. I've been losing weight. I'm not, you know, far off from where I'd like to be. I'm a ginger now. Well, I've always so my mom's you know, redhead, and my beard has always been kind of ginger, but my hair is, you know, still like kind of the same color, I think. How often I drink alcohol? Never. I think I want to discard a card, so if they discard my Spyro, I can reanimate it next turn. No, I've been drinking less lately, but you know, go out with my friends, have a glass. Might plus on the Voidwalker make them attack me with it next turn. Still can't quite buy back the Solitude. I could also hit them with the Ragavan. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say this has to attack me if you don't want to get an Ephemerate or a Ragavan. How about like the 2 Pyros? I think I want more. Pyro's really good with Nahiri. So they hit me for 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and I think just discard Nahiri. It's maybe not ideal if they draw their own, but I want to be able to get back Solitude. And then let's go ahead and stop them from ultimating Lily. Oh no, I should have plussed on the Voidwalker. Well, I think they might cast their own Nahiri. Yeah, I don't know. They can just attack my Nahiri though. Do I smoke? It's always the potheads asking me if I smoke. But no, I don't. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. Not anymore, at least. Or not often. Just trying to be, you know, healthy. Alright, so I guess let's go grab a Ragavan. Maybe I get a Fervent Champ. Yeah, let's go Fervent Champ into draw a card. Into 2 at my opponent, 1 at Liliana. Nahiri is pretty good, I think. Protocycle is pretty cool, pretty fun. Scared of Turok. Yeah, we not also legal in Texas. I've also never done anything illegal in my life. Graveyard Trespasser, huh? Alright, so they can kill my Nahiri if they fire up Hive. They instead decide to play the Trespasser. Doing illegal things is cringe, actually. They're attacking me. Pretty interesting. Down to 7. Land, draw a card. Not the most helpful card, huh? Guess we pump the brakes. Another Trespasser, putting them down to 16. Have so many good draws. And we're drawing 2 a turn. They're drawing 2 a turn. Everybody gets 2 cards a turn. Although we need to find an answer to the Voidwalker, and we can't quite get back the Solitude, unfortunately. So they had his Trespasser mystery card. The other Trespasser has 1 creature it can get rid of, but you know that's gonna be dangerous. I guess I'm going to discard this so that I can try to find Solitude, Batterskull. Anything to help me survive. Couldn't find anything. Fury would be a nice draw. Going to game 2 against a very cool mono black deck. Probably want a pro black sword against the mono black deck. Got the 4th Ephemerate maybe. Keep this. So I'm mold to 6. Bloodchief Thirst. Ephemerate's kind of interesting. Let's just Stoneforge Mystic, grab a Batterskull. Sorry, a Kaldra. It'd be very difficult for them to beat, and Stoneforge Mystic in the yard is a bit better in this matchup, or in this deck now, because you can eventually Nahiri it back later, in theory. No second Fatal Push. Alright, no second Fatal Push. Though not a helpful card. Might just take Ragavan, we'll see. I guess we might scam Fury here. We'll see what we draw. Can't let them go too crazy with Bob. Then scamming Fury is kind of nice with Feast and Famine. We get to cast the Feast and Famine this turn, and just getting it into play against the mono black deck is pretty nice. And then we'll eventually get a creature on it. I hope at least. My Step Fury also dodges Fatal Push, so they need to like kick Bloodchief's Thirst, have a 2-mana removal spell, Liliana, something like that here. That is something like that. Got a lot of good draws, including that one. Although we lose our get back to here, we put Kaldra into play plan. Sort of Forge and Frontier as well. They're going to discard the Ragavan to the Liliana +1 probably. Did I happen to give it a go Hellraiser MDFC lands? I have a list. I have like a blue-red control list with Hellraiser. I'm only playing one MDFC land, but there could be like a Boros version where you get to play 4 of the white Amaria's Call. It seems that like the red ones aren't as good. There's like Phallic Awakening, which is okay. But I promise we are going to continue to play a lot of different Yeah, I mean, I guess I can just go equip. We're gonna play a lot of Hellraisers. Y'all are gonna be so sick of Hellraiser. Still not really sure how I feel about Sword of Forge and Frontier. Definitely competes with Fire and Ice in this deck. I think a 1-2 split is correct, but I don't know which sword is supposed to be the 2-up. We're trying 2 Forges today. Yeah, we're mostly just playing against this new, but it does seem like it's maybe better than Sword of Fire and Ice. The fact that you get to play the lands off of it, it's pretty nice. It really, you know, it's very, very close to draw 2 cards. Is draw 2 cards better than draw 1 card, deal 2 damage? It's also green-red instead of blue-red. It's kind of tough to tell like exactly which is better, but I do think it has potential. Alright, so the Hive block here, then we can deal 2 damage to the Hive with the Sophie trigger. Are there any non-modern playable cards you really like? There is one. Well, I guess it's, well, I can Seasoned Pyromancer token here to avoid the Liliana Edict being too bad. Oh, sorry, this is Forge and Frontier. Okay, I'm acting like it's Fire Ice. That's funny. Alright, Fervent Champ, Vantage. Fire Ice is really bad against Yawgmoth. Yeah, it's better against Yawgmoth. It's interesting. I think that it's very likely it's good enough to play one copy. You probably want to split the favorite Fire Ice first, and you probably don't want to play 4 Nahiris either. But again, I always like to just jam a lot of the new cards, you know. I might play an Orvar, actually. Or like Solitude number 4, just one. But I imagine they have Turok. They also have, you know, Nahiri or Liliana, so I think one Orvar is probably okay. Well, we'll keep because of Orvar. Dude, yesterday my opponent had 0 cards in hand. They were playing Yawgmoth. I cast a Burning Inquiry, and they put a Baloth into play. It was brutal. Take Orvar, take Orvar. Okay, now they know about the Orvar, which does make it worse, but it also just makes, you know, Liliana and Turok worse as well. You can someday go back to the Vindicate Smallpox deck? Maybe one day, yeah. I thought about playing it recently. Yeah, I've played a few different Smallpox decks. I liked the we played a list that had Nether Spirit and Unlicensed Hearse. And I like that, like, with Hearse, you could, like, exile your, like, extra copies of Nether Spirit, so your one copy just keeps coming back over and over again. So I liked that aspect. And then I liked that Nether Spirit crews your Hearse. And so I thought that that was kind of an interesting couple of cards. Not like, you know, I don't have, like, too many strong opinions about it. Other than that, it's kind of interesting, but... Go, heavier, go. Hexgold Halberd. Giving other creatures first strike trample is not bad. I can read it. Opponent flips a Fatal Push. For Mirrodin, as long as it's your turn, first strike and trample. Seems bad, or like, you know, not quite powerful enough, rather. I do want to be able to yell for Mirrodin, though. Alright, use 2 removal spells. We'll make you have another one. You just flip one of these 2 pushes. They flip Field of Ruin. Okay, so they're going to Edict, and then I imagine they're not going to plus ever, which is kind of nice. Undyed Dark Confidant, though. Graveyard Trespasser is the flip, which gains them some much-needed life back. Best way to get new cards? Just from friends, really. Ballsy to play the Turok into the Orvar, but worked out for them, huh? They still have the Trespasser. Well, maybe they'll flip a 9-drop. They flipped another Trespasser. But they'll be able to gain their life back. Although, I mean, I guess they're never plussing their Liliana, right? Oh, if I can go Solitude, target the Trespasser, and then Solitude target Trespasser, and then use the Trespasser trigger to discard Orvar if I draw a land. That's actually kind of sick, and I can copy Trespasser too. Well... Oh, I can't copy Trespasser because I... How does Ward work? Oh, I can copy Solitude. Right. But it would counter the ability, right? But I think copying Solitude is better anyways. Well, even if we lose, this was a really, really cool play to get to make. The Turok having pro-white is bad, though, of course. Oh, we were just at the Hive, also. Maybe we're dead no matter what. Damn it. They would counter because I can't discard. Right. Okay, we're 2-2. Obviously not great. This probably needs a couple changes. A term that I find to be funny. It's like, and sometimes people go, to be a Maverick deck, you have to be playing Knight of the Reliquary in it. I've seen people play decks that they call Maverick decks that don't have Knight of the Reliquary. Tyvar food? Do I want any food? I will take food, yes. Whatever, as long as it, yeah, whatever you want. Maverick is a feeling, yeah. I thought, yeah, some people say that. To be Maverick, you have to have Knight of the Reliquary. Knight of the Reliquary is not a particularly good card in Modern at the moment, and probably won't be for a while. Ooh, we're probably up against Anviltron. Is it Maverick meant to be unorthodox? Sure, but again, my whole point is, like, it just, this term just doesn't mean anything to me, really. Any deck, this is a Maverick deck, you know. I declare this deck to be a Maverick deck, you know. The Spellskite tech looks pretty good, although I guess I can Eiganjo the Spellskite at least. Why doesn't Ragavan have trample? Alright, so we're up against Tron next turn. Maybe we'll get lucky and flip a Karn. That is true. Arcanist has trample. I always like that. That card has trample. It's fun. Don't think I'm gonna sack the Ranger-Captain now. I might sack like in response to a Karn being cast. They choose Beseiju instead. Okay, just has Tron, of course. Choose a Beseiju. Mystic Forge. It's a grinding station. Good chance I'm sacking again the Ranger-Captain next turn. So it might be good to... Oh, I guess I can't sack the Ranger-Captain on their turn if I Nahiri yet, though. What cards are ripped out Nahiri? Mostly the Blood Moons. And on the side. Well, that blocks pretty well. Pretty good pickups for my opponent, to be honest. Yeah, we can go for dinner, Esther. So they have a Beseiju. Less than ideal. What a headache. Retriever's a headache too. I don't... You can play Haywire Might for Ranger-Captain. I don't think it's correct to main deck it, though. Tough game. So I think this turn I have to upkeep. Sack the Spellskite, or sack their Captain. The problem is they do still have some. But they can even Gigant me, wow. Dude, the Anviltron deck is so good, huh? I'm still gonna sack it. Don't have much choice. Exiles Chromatic Star with the Forge here. Is the party over? No, I don't think so. Oh, so many creatures you get to play. It's awesome. Yeah, I think that for more Pyromancers would be better. I had 4 Pyromancers in my first draft. I honestly don't know why I cut them going into today. Yeah, I think we should be playing more Pyromancers. I think we're super dead. I might just go to game 2. Could take a draw step. Splendid Wreck, unfortunately, went really poorly today. Engineer Nahiri, maybe. Yeah, they have Besage still. They're probably gonna kill me this turn. Nahiri's been pretty good though, you know. As far as evaluation goes, Nahiri's been pretty good. Ultimately though, it's kind of the same thing with the Capricious Hell, right? Like it's like a 3 or 4 mana top end of the curve value card, and even though it's like a pretty good one and it's one that fits really well in this deck, it's also like not really one that is going to be much different than, you know, more seasoned Pyromancers or anything to be super reasonable. Let's go to game 2. My opponent has a million looks, an Anvil here to combo off, and we just do not have even a kill next turn. Maybe even the turn after that. So we're bringing the Rips, the Blood Moons, the Wear Tears Rest in Pieces. It's definitely not a Nahiri matchup. Gonna cut the Batterskull also. I like that Solitude exiles Scrap Trawler. Alright, going to game. I guess with the Feast and Famine in the combo matchup too. Let's go. Yeah, this is the same Freya. Right, bad hand, no keep. Good hand, good keep. Put back the second champ, seems fine. Put back the Spyro also. Put back the Spyro. Second, like the second champ is an extra 3 damage. Turn 1 map. So I think we're getting sort of Feast and Famine. Okay, especially with the Ephemerate. We're going to have a lot to do with our mana. And then pressuring our opponent's hand is really important as well. And it's been really good for the new set. We haven't played, so we played Hellraiser, the Green Red Sword, New Nahiri. They all seem fine. They all seem fine. Nothing that's been crazy yet. Might just die on turn 3 here. We get to put all our swords into play next turn, which I think is lethal. Could be a turn too slow here. Oh, forgot to crack the map. Mirror Retriever is so good. Going to Kaldra. Oh, I can't put all the swords in play. I can only put the 2. For a reason, I was thinking I could like Stoneforge activate twice, but I can only put one thing into play with the Stoneforge this turn. I think Fire Ice to give you more looks at cards would be good. Well, Sword of Fortune Frontier draws more cards than Sword of Fire Ice does. Kaldra's more resilient to Karn. Well, if the cards are already equipped, it's not as big a problem for Karn. You just gotta have a Kaldra with this, right? Did Stoneforge have Summoning Sickness? I activated it that turn, right? Okay, gets back map. Ranger-Captain is pretty perfect here. And the ability to play 2 extra lands is super nice. Won't be able to use the Ephemerate, but that should be okay. Just get another champ. And then upkeep sack. Alright, Forging. Is it Forge and Frontier? Forge and Frontier winning a game that I don't think any of the other swords would have won. Just like in a very small moment. But like digging for 2 cards, double land drop, very powerful. You can activate Stoneforge in response, cast Ephemerate. You can, but like no matter what, we can put 1 equipment into play that turn and attack with it, either Kaldra or a sword. There was not a way to put like 2 extra ones in play, I think. Got some sideboard cards. We only have 1 land, so let's take them all again. This one has 1 land, but no sideboard cards. Yeah, we might have lost if the map punt had happened. No red mana for Ragavan. These go to 5. I think I'm gonna go to 5. Or sorry, Moto 4. Moto 4, not 5. Alright, not very good. Can't wait to the map. Bummer. Okay, double power plant, no Tron at least. Okay, drawing Blood Moon. I'm gonna kill the Everflowing Chalice. Although I probably need to play Ranger-Captain before the Blood Moon. Ranger-Captain's good in this matchup though. I've been really liking Ranger-Captain lately. I've been kind of wanting to play an Aether Vial, Asmo Ranger-Captain deck. I know it's like kind of a lot of pieces, but Ranger-Captain finds Asmo, and Ranger-Captain is just really good right now with the prevalence and popularity of, I think I'm going to give her to get through the Spellskite, the prevalence and popularity of Underworld Breach and also Subbing Cascade. So like I don't know if that's going to be, if that would be Boros, a Boros food deck or a Orzhov food deck. I've been kind of stuck on it. Mystic Forge is really good here. Absent with Steel Seeker? Not necessarily. Double white is pretty tough when you're 3 colors in your Saga deck, but it's doable. Certainly doable. Boros with new Vindicate. New Vindicate's so bad. Vindicate's not even good. When I see my list, I guess, yeah. Oh yeah, okay, so then you can also play the White Obliterator, sure. You'd have to like not play Saga, but not playing Saga is doable. Ooh, Anvil's really good. I could sack the Ranger-Captain. New Vindicate, it's just like a draft card. It's it's not a real card. Well, probably dying this turn, but then we get to play some Tyvar. Yeah, I wish the Vindicate was better. I don't know. I mean, I've trophied with Vindicate in Modern. It's not. It's better in some metagames than others, but it is just not quite good enough. Tough mill to 4 to finish this league off in. I mean, I like Nahiri. I think Nahiri seems like still a solid fit. 4 is probably too many. And I think you need to play more Seasoned Pyromancers. We'll definitely play more of the Nahiri, but this is like a good, I think, first league to get an impression. Two more Pyro. Yeah, that could be a good split. Time for Undevoted Druid. We're about to play it. I'm going to even change the title. Okay. We're dead. Okay.